everyone, and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jacob.
What? What? I can't keep a straight face whenever Jay does his intro now.
You know, I don't even know why I bother sometimes, but yeah.
You just can't get good help these days.
For those of you who may have clicked onto this video without knowing which channel it came from, my name is Jay Wakefield. This is why I say my name, but you get it, you know. There's something wrong with my name. Well, come on. I know I'm not the best, but comedy sound effects. Yeah, this is pretty much what my life has come to. Well, anyway, I have a box. I guess I could unbox it and, you know, show you it, you know, usual crap that comes along with unboxing. You know, there's an item in a box, and by the end of the video, the item is no longer in the box. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Goodbye. No, I'm only kidding. So I have this box that I'm away to unbox. To unbox it, I need a knife, but be careful when using a knife. If you're the sort of person that believes that a Packard Bell should run Windows 95, even when it is equipped with a 386 processor, you probably should not be handling sharp knives on your own. You should probably get a responsible adult to do it for you. You will also need a cup of tea. Right, that's health and safety taken care of. Good. This video could be on BBC One now. Not that I'd want it to be, because it would be lies. I would have to basically re-record it and be like, this isn't a box, it's a sphere. And then I'd have to, I don't know. The BBC managed to annoy both the lefties and the righties and yet still be biased.
I don't know how they pulled that off.
I don't know. Well, they annoyed a load of people in Argentina. So, as I promised, the item that was once in the box is now no longer in the box. There you go. Isn't that magical? And just to prove it isn't, here's an empty box. Right. So, we have an item in a bag. What's in this bag? Well, it's marked Toshiba. So that could very well mean that there's a compact in it. Actually, in my house...
This is Video Sans Frontier logic.
Yeah. And here's a power supply which I've been promised doesn't work. All I need to do is try and find the output. 18 volts. Thanks for your help. Not even the correct, not even like 15 volts. But this machine has been working. This machine was photographed working, but the eBay seller did say that the power supply doesn't work, so they probably use some sort of a universal. There's a modem cable. So there's probably a modem.
So that Toshiba does not have a built-in power supply?
No, it doesn't.
That's surprising for the age it is.
Yep. And here's the mouse that I got. It's one of these trackball-y things. Clips onto the side of the notebook.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a trackball mouse.
Well, that's very approved by me. I like trackball mice.
It's one that clips onto the side of the notebook.
Ooh, those are
Yeah.
cool. I've never used one, but I like them.
Kind of like the compact conspiracy notebooks.
Yep. And now, here's a laptop itself. It has a modem PC card in it. I'm sure there is a way to get it back out, but I just don't know what that way could be at the moment. There's what looks like a handle on here, so I don't know. Anyway, I suppose I best kind of show you all around the machine. So, well, here it is. It's a Toshiba Satellite T1950CT. You all know what CT means. Active Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a floppy drive on the front. On the left hand side we have the non-working power supply. Power button. Quick release latch for the battery, I believe. Floppy drive on the front, like I said. The mouse port, you kind of flip the mouse into there. Some sort of switch. PC card slots, 2 type 2, 1 type 3, I believe. VGA out, and then if we pull this flat back, you get an IEEE 1284 parallel port and a DB9 serial connector. Nothing to do with the car made by Aston. Now, it's a nice looking wee machine, is this? I've got to be honest. Quite tiny though. I'll bring the tripod round so you can actually have a look. There we go. Quite a shiny display, but it is active. I love the size of this thing.
Sounds like a nice machine.
It is, it looks it. Now, see if I can, there we go. Clip the mouse on. There seems to be 2 buttons. And then what I can only assume is a left click button. So yeah, no battery. Quite funny that. I was kind of expecting it to work.
Mm.
But it doesn't. So what they can fit to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the tripod over here. And then I'm going to do the most scariest thing in the world. I'm going to plug it in. Now, if I suddenly go offline, guys, you know where I am.
Yeah, you're in a few spots.
Right. This barrel connector seems to work. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to plug my universal power supply in. And I'm going to set the voltage to 18. Right. Now this machine was tested working when I got it. When I bought it.
What did they give you with it for a power supply? One of the replacement ones?
They didn't. They just kind of gave me the original.
Oh.
Right. Okay, there's a light on this thing. There's another light. There's another light that's flashing orange, which is probably saying the battery is kaput. I don't know when this was made. All I know is this. Has a DX266, 486, DX266. Originally came with 4 megs of RAM, but was upgraded to 20. And has a 300 odd megabyte hard disk. Now, depending on how well this goes, I might look into upgrading it to a CF card.
There you go.
So, what do you reckon, guys? Shall I try powering this up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Smoke test! Nice wee array of lights have appeared. We have activity from the screen.
It's a good sign.
Here's a less good sign. It's just kind of flicked itself off again.
Oh boy.
But is that the computer or the backlight?
The computer.
Okay.
Probably loose power supply connector.
Sounds like my Toshiba.
Okay, so it's just told me to check the system. Internal, external, blah blah blah. Capacity 320 megs. So the BIOS has not changed at all. Seriously, it's just not. Still the same BIOS that it's been using that same BIOS. You know, my protege actually uses that exact same BIOS. Okay, starting Windows 95. Now, let me go right ahead and tell you that Windows 95 would not be my choice for this machine.
Mine neither.
It just isn't.
Is it a tad too new?
Could be for a DX266.
95. Actually, 95 runs okay on those.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, personally, I'd go with Windows 3.1. Not that would be anything seriously wrong with running 95 on there, but it just feels more right to use 3.1.
Yes. Alright, so here's the screen. You look at the bottom, you see, I don't know if you will see on the camera, but you kind of, in fact you can't, but I mean I can see it slightly lighter at the bottom, and I think, oh no, is this a passive matrix display? But a quick wiggle of the mouse pointer proves that no, it is not. That I was in fact right. Actually, I was wrong about the left mouse button. The left mouse button is actually where my finger is.
It'll be wrapped around your finger.
I blooming well hope not.
Yeah, that'd be quite painful.
So I'm gonna try and use the floppy drive. That is the acid test. I mean, I know this machine works, but does the floppy drive? That's what I was worried about last night.
Oh, you're getting me nervous. Sounds healthy.
Oh yeah. I love you. Steady now. What you are looking at here, guys, is a working 486 computer with an active matrix display.
Yes, you've been after one of those for a while, so I'm glad you got one.
Yeah, I've been after one of those since my since I had to say a very forced goodbye to my Toshiba Toshiba T1950CT CT. Well, folks, it's now Sunday, February the 8th, and, well, I decided to get busy with this machine last night. Let's have a look at what I've done. First of all, today I'm actually using a regular mouse because I feel it's actually a lot better than the trackball. I like the trackball. Right, okay, first thing that you'll notice, MS-DOS 6.22 startup menu. So I've gotten rid of Windows 95 and replaced it, at least with MS-DOS. So it's just like the Packard Bell, got lots of options. You know, Windows without CD-ROM support, Windows with CD-ROM, DOS gaming without, minimum configuration with or without mouse. And I have the Fuji CD-ROM drive hooked up to this via PCMCIA. So let's go into Windows with CD support. Also, I should probably mention as well that when I tried formatting the 300 megabyte hard disk in this system, it didn't really, well, it said that there was a bad sector on track 0. So I just kind of assumed that the hard disk was on its way out. So I replaced it with the disk drive from the Dell Latitude 475C. And I've upgraded that to a more solid state solution. So yeah, I'm going to be reformatting and reinstalling that soon. So again, this is very similar to the Packard Bell, except no CD-ROM titles. Microsoft applications, Works 3, Money, Visual Basic 3.0, Office. Now, despite the fact that this is a DX266 with 2.5 times the amount of RAM as the Packard Bell Legend Multimedia, it does feel a lot slower, and I think I know why. The Packard Bell uses a CF card. This still uses a mechanical hard disk. I tried a CF card in this, but it didn't seem to like it. Yeah, I'm really not as good as Billy is at writing quips. Now, one thing that must be noted, this keyboard, well, it's the stuff of nightmares. This is the control key. This is the alt key. This is the caps lock key. This is the function key. Why? Why, Toshiba? Why? I could forgive the T3100E, that behaviour, because it's old, but this isn't. Well, it is. I mean, it's very old. It's from about 93, 94. I've got Adobe Acrobat Reader 2, Paint Shop Pro 3, and Visio. I have the Microsoft Entertainment Pack. So I can play a nice wee game of Tetris. Do you know what? I've completely forgotten up until now how addictive this game is. There we go. Alright, so that's Windows. Let's have a look at DOS. So I've installed a few games. Jill of the Jungle. Let's just ignore Journey. It's not what I thought it was. Yeah. So let's play an old staple. See, now this machine is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we get to see here the beauty, the absolute sheer beauty of the active matrix display in this, a fast-moving game. We also get to hear the wonderful PC speaker sounds of Jazz Jackrabbit. As you can see, I mean, this screen is fantastic. It's still got a nice lot of colour. It's aged really quite well. I mean, especially consider if you will, the active matrix displays from the early 90s weren't reliable. You know, that and the fact that they were expensive. This is why people didn't buy machines with active matrix displays. You know, even if you had the choice to do so, a lot of people would have sooner went with passive because they were a lot more reliable. But this screen is just beautiful. And yes, they might even active matrix TFT displays, they do tend to have a wee bit of ghosting, but on this it's extremely minimal. You know, it is absolutely fantastic, and the colours are rich and vibrant and beautiful, and you know, this game really kind of brings out the best in this display. It really does. And I never thought it'd be a Toshiba laptop that I said that about. But Toshiba's active matrix displays in the 90s, you know, always been quite good. And especially if you wanted to photograph them, it always kind of looked like the adverts of the laptop. You know, it kind of... it didn't look as though it was on a display, if you know what I mean. I always kind of just looked like the image was kind of meant to be there, kind of... Well, I don't know how to describe it, but it didn't... You could actually clearly see in a photograph what was on the screen. On things like the 2130CS and the 430CDT. This is a Western Digital video card. And, you know, it will give you SVGA 640 by 480 256 colours. As you can probably see there, actually. And it's doing really very well. It's a fantastic display. I love it. I think it's brilliant. And Toshiba were always quite prolific for offering machines with passive matrix displays. But this is a DX266 machine. Absolutely brilliant. So, this is the Toshiba laptop. And, well, I've got to be honest, it is fantastic. I love it. I'm really glad I bought it. you know, it's nice to know that it works. And look at this. Look at this, Ma! No charger! Not for long, obviously, but still. Alright, be quiet. Alright, I'll plug you in. Yeah. That didn't go as well as I was hoping. But never mind. But with that, this concludes this Video Sans Frontier video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. And as well, please also feel free to follow Video Sans Frontier on Facebook and read my website. URLs for all those will follow. For now, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll all join me for my next video.